It's Memorial Day weekend here at Martinville Raceway. How did it go tonight? Well, it went great. Do you want to know who won? Do you want to know the points update? Well, sit back, relax, because the Martinville Raceway report starts right now.
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live my life.
Welcome to the Martinville Raceway report. This report will cover the race that was held on May 24th at Martinville Raceway. We're going to thank the sponsors as we usually do, but we're going to start with a little bit of breaking news. The two-day event that was to be held this weekend, May 31st and June 1st, has been shortened to a one-day event only this Saturday, May 31st. Now, the good news is we're still racing at least one day this weekend. And even better news is it's 100% payback in each class. Now, the four biggest classes of the event has a guaranteed $200 to win. So grab your carts, grab your friends and their carts, do whatever you can, but let's get the carts out there and have some big classes this weekend, this Saturday at Martinville. I'm anticipating, now this may not be what happens, but I'm anticipating just by what's happened the first three races this year at Martinville, the biggest classes will probably end up being 305 clone, 360 clone, 360 flathead, and the new opens class. I still call it the SAE Opens, but they've renamed it, and I cannot remember off the top of my head what it is against Old World Outlaw or something like that. Now, but whatever class, the top four classes that have the highest attending classes, those will be the classes that will have the $200 to win, guaranteed. But let's make it easy on Paul. Let's get the carts out there. Let's try to have some full fields this Saturday because it'll be a lot of fun. And like I said, it is 100% payback. Now, for those of you who may not have been to Martinville within the past two races, I want to make a reminder that the pit pass has been raised in price from $10 to $12. The insurance has gone up, so unfortunately, Paul did have to raise the prices for admission up to $12. But that's for insurance purposes only. He's not putting more money in his back pocket. So let's help Paul not take money out of his pocket for the $200 to win. Let's get those cart counts out. We've had a good cart count so far this year. We've been very steady, right in the low 70s. But let's have some full fields this week for the $200 to win in whatever happens to be the top four classes. Novice is not included. That cannot be one of them. So I'm anticipating 360 clone and 360 flathead are almost guaranteed, but don't hold me to that. We won't know until we get to the track on Saturday exactly which four classes will be the $200 to win. But like I said, grab your cart. If your friend hasn't been going anywhere or he's got a cart, grab his cart. Grab whatever your cart you can and get it out to Martinville this Saturday. It's going to be a good time. It's a money show, folks. 100% payback. So let's get the carts out there and let's have some fun because it's always fun at Martinville. But when it's wreckers or checkers, no points on the line, it can be a lot more fun that way. Now, the camping, if you want to stay overnight, if you were already planning on staying overnight for the two-day show, even though we're not racing on Sunday, you still can camp overnight without any issues. So, excuse me. So if you were planning on camping out, it may not be a bad idea just to go ahead and camp out anyway. I'm still contemplating. I may go ahead and still camp out overnight on Saturday. And if a lot of people decide to camp out on Saturday night, it may be a fun night Saturday night also. So, but get your carts out, get your carts ready, get your friends' carts ready, get on out there. So let's have a good time this Saturday at Martinville. Like repeating what I led off with. The two-day money event at Martinville, which was scheduled for this weekend, has been shortened to Saturday only. Times are the same. Racing will start, hot laps will probably start around 5:30ish, give or take. Gates open at 3 o'clock, and then obviously racing will be a little bit after hot laps. So come on out. It's going to be a great time. It always is a Martinville, but no points on the line. We're talking just money, 100% payback. It's going to be a good time. Now, going back to last week at Martinville, we want to go ahead and send along our well wishes to several people that ended up getting sick or injured at the track. Nelson Kidwell, he was out there with his son on Sunday trying to get some seat time in for his son, and unfortunately Nelson Kidwell got hurt at the track on Sunday. He was life flighted to St. Vincent, but he is doing much better, so please keep him and his family in your prayers. Our scorer Scarlett also had to go to the hospital on Saturday from the track, but she is also doing much better. And then I can't remember her name, but the person who replaced her in the scoring tower on Saturday, she also fell ill a little bit during the day, so that slowed things up as far as scoring goes a little bit. But more important than any race, any score, is people's health. And we just hope all three of you guys are doing much better, and we'll keep you in our prayers for a very quick, speedy recovery, and hope to see you guys out at the track very soon. Now, bouncing back to last Saturday at the track, it was a lot of fun. There must have been a full moon out because there was a lot of crazy things going on, but it was also another night of great racing at Martinville. And a big shout out has got to go out to Warner Racing. 4 feature wins on the night. Sam Weaver and Sean Cluck, please help me getting your name right. You guys dominated. The number 98 and the number 24 Weaver Performance Karts were absolutely on rails in the classes that they ran. So congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Warner Racing, Weaver Racing as a whole. You guys had a great night last Saturday night at Martinville. Obviously, it showed on the track. So congratulations to you guys. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and go back to the track, and we'll give you my thoughts as events happened in this installment of the Pit Report. Welcome to round 3 of the 2014 Martinville Raceway season. It is Memorial Day weekend. It's sunny out. It's pleasant out. Couldn't ask for better weather for a nice night of racing action here at Martinville Raceway. But with it being Memorial Day weekend, I want to start off by saying thank you to every man and woman who has ever put on a uniform to serve our country, and especially to the memory of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, who died to give me the freedom to do what I'm doing right now. I have family littered all over in my family that's served in the military. My dad was in the Marines. My oldest brother Jerry was in the Army. My older brother Jeff is currently in the Navy. My uncle was in the Marine Corps, served in Vietnam like my dad. My grandpa was in the armed services. I've got family all over that has served in the military. But thank you to every man and woman who has ever served to protect my freedoms. And from the bottom of my heart, you will never know how appreciative I am. Now, here at Martinville Raceway, it's a great night for racing action. The track actually, for the first time in a while, has grip and hot laps. Right now, the track is actually soft, so there's a lot of grip to be had on the racetrack. So coming into Martinville, usually you think you're going to be loose right out the outset, so you're going to have to try to adjust to that. Well, having grip right off the bat, it's going to be interesting to see if anybody actually gets too tight as the evening progresses. So as the evening does progress, we'll give you updates, we'll give you progress on who's fast, who's looking like a winner, who may actually surprise at the end of the evening. So just as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report, we'll give you all that information. Well, heat laps are over, and definitely what an interesting set of heat laps they were, especially in the second set of heats. Definitely an interesting time here at Martinville Raceway. The track has probably got the most grip in it that it's had all year, and probably you could throw last year into it also. The track has plenty of rubber to take advantage of, so the question remains, who are going to be the drivers who take most advantage of the grip that's on the track tonight to get to victory lane? There are several clear-cut front runners here tonight. The 24 and the 98 Weaver Performance Karts in their respective classes, they definitely look very tough. Brandon Hoepf in the 14 Open Clone class looks very tough tonight also. Keep an eye on the 78 Austin Black in the 305 clone. He won his first heat, and he looks like he could win if there's a little bit of trouble with the front runners in that class. It's been a great night here. Once again, the SAE Opens are putting on a fantastic show. Honestly, everybody's putting on a fantastic show. My question to you right now is, if you're not here, where are you? You're missing a treat. So as we continue on, we're going to go into the features, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes away with checkered flags here tonight at Martinville Raceway. Well, folks, that's it. Round 3 of the 2014 Martinville racing season is over. The features were fantastic. There was a lot of beating, a lot of banging, and unfortunately there was a lot of carts riding on other carts. That didn't go over very well, but outside of that, the racing was fantastic. A big shout out goes out to Weaver Performance. They had not 1, not 2, but 4 feature wins tonight. The 98 of Sean Cluck, I hope I got you right this time, he came away with 2 feature wins, and then Sam Weaver also came away with 2 feature wins. There was a lot of great racing tonight. We're going to be interviewing one winner tonight here very shortly. Brandon Hoepf in the open clone class makes it 3 feature wins in a row. He is on a roll. It was a great night tonight. If you were not out here tonight, where were you? You missed some great racing action. So as we continue on with the Martinville Raceway Report, we're here talking with Brandon Hoepf, driver of the number 14 Brandon Hoepf Racing open clone cart. He pulled off the trifecta tonight. 3 feature wins in a row to start out the 2014 Martinville Raceway season. So the first question I have to ask Brandon is, how was the track tonight?
The track was pretty hard for me. Didn't have a good setup. Kind of fought the cart all night. Ended up coming out in the feature race. I got to give it to number 88. He was pretty tough.
The number 88, Landon Lalonde, I believe it was.
Yep.
He drove the number 88 tonight. He did race him pretty close, but Brandon did pull out the feature. Were there any adjustments you made between the second heat race and the feature that you think may have helped you hang on to the win?
Yeah, I ended up dropping. I put more cross in the cart is what I did. I still was plowing a little bit in the front end. Tried getting that. Got it under control, not the best I wanted it. Other than that, that's about all I did on the cart.
Well, the track was kind of tricky tonight. For the first time in a long time, the track was, there was grip on the track from the get-go, and that doesn't happen very often here at Martinville, so that I have a feeling that threw off a lot of people. Now, Brandon has never won a track championship before, but he's off to a great start this year in the open clone class. So how does that make you feel, being off to such a good start this year in 2014 here at Martinville?
Makes me feel pretty good. I know I got a big bullseye on my back. That's what you get when you're in first place, I guess.
Yeah, the open clone class seems to be a very tight-knit group. They usually race against each other week after week, and I had opportunity. I was down talking to Brandon in his pits, and a couple of the other guys came over, and we just had a nice conversation. It seems like they really enjoy racing with each other. So what makes you enjoy racing against the other guys in the open clone class?
Clean racing, fast, competitive, always competitive, but mostly, you know, we're all there to help each other out. You know, we'd do anything for each other, but it's always competitive. Well,
I witnessed firsthand the fact that they would do anything for each other, because they actually came over and to the Victory Racing pit, and they were trying to give them tips as far as the carburetor goes. So they seem to be a real tight-knit group in the open clone class, and it really shows on the racetrack because they put on a good show week after week. Now, there's a special story behind Brandon's paint scheme this week. He painted the cart new for this week, and it's a really interesting story. So I'm just going to let Brandon tell it the whole way through.
Yeah, it'd be my neighbor painted my cart. He's kind of going through some rough times at work, whatever, everyone does. He's always wanted to, you know, get into airbrushing and all that. So I told him, since he was going through a hard time, I'll sponsor you if you put a paint job on the cart. That's what we ended up doing tonight. So hopefully it gets a lot of people heading his way.
Well, we have at least 2, if not 3 pictures of the cart that you should have already seen on this interview, but if not, you can shoot me later. So Brandon, we thank you for your time. It's been a great year so far this year, obviously, for you. I hope, I'm assuming you plan on running for the championship. You're going to be here week after week. He's a good guy. He races hard, but he also helps out his fellow racers on the track, which is really nice to see. So thank you, Brandon, for your time, and good luck to you the rest of the way this year.
Thank you.
Well, as we do on every episode of the Martinville Raceway Report, we want to go ahead and take some time and thank the sponsors who sponsor Martinville Raceway. Without their sponsorship, without their added dollars, it would make it a lot harder for Paul to be able to lease the track and run the track and put on the great shows that are there every time that Martinville has its track open for the great racing action that happens on the track. So, the sponsors of Martinville Raceway continue to be O&I Transport, KRP Go-Kart Parts and Accessories, Burrs Tires, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Warner Racing, Chafin Racing Engines, and Keir Speed Shop, who allows us to use their facility each year for the end-of-year banquet. And then also highlighted businesses of the Martinville Raceway Report are Random Otaku Games and Myers Tires and Trucks. And please, if you have any opportunity to visit any one of these sponsors or to interact with them or anything like that, please, number one, let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring Martinville Raceway, which makes it, like I said, easier for Paul to run the track. And number two, let them know that you heard about them also on the Martinville Raceway Report. I do want to take just a minute to highlight the guys on KRP Go-Kart Parts and Accessories. You guys have seen them for years. They've been at Little Indy, they've been in Martinville for years, and what's so nice about it is people prepared to go to the track every Saturday, or be it when Little Indy was open, and obviously at Martinville on Saturday. You try to remember everything. You try to remember, even the little things that you need, but you're going to miss something every now and then. And them being at the track, them having, anything from alcohol. My son ended up getting a new racing jacket this past Saturday. They've got helmets, they've got oil filters, they've got oil and everything needed to change the oil in your go-karts. I mean, they've got everything that you could need that you may have forgotten, or if you happen to break down, during hot laps or whatever, maybe a gear went bad or something like that. Well, guess what? They have that. They have everything you need for your at-track racing needs. So, even if you don't need anything, just go up and say hi. Thank you for being there, just in case. It never hurts to do that. Want to thank Bosco and Jay. Thank KRP for being out there how they are. If nothing else, they're there just in case of emergency for all you go-karters out there. So when you need something, they're there at the track. They're there every race day at Martinville. So even if you're driving to the track and you realize you forgot something, odds are they'll have it there in their truck for you, and they'll take care of you, and they'll take care of you fairly. They're going to give you a fair price on what you need, and that's all you can ask for from anybody. Now, as far as points go, they're still working on the points. They're still trying to get everything situated, and we're only 3 races in anyway. So on the next installment of the Martinville Raceway Report, we should have complete, up-to-date points for you. I do know the points from the first race are up on Martinville's website, and then they'll have the points from the 10th and 24th up also, but we'll get everything together, we'll get everything organized, we'll get it out here on the next edition of the Martinville Raceway Report so you know where everybody's standing early on in the 2014 season. There's a long way to go, but we thought it was going to be a long off season, and the season started before we knew it, and now we're already 3 points races in, and we're getting ready to have our 4th event of the season, and that doesn't include the 2 rain, snow, wet outs, whatever you want to call them. So the season's going to go by fast, but we'll make sure that the points are up to date and accurate, and we'll get them out as soon as we can. And I definitely appreciate everybody who tunes into the Martinville Raceway Report. I had a couple people at the track come up to me and say that they enjoy the shows, and I enjoy the feedback. Anytime I can get feedback on these shows, I really appreciate it. So and constructive criticism is always welcomed and accepted. So if you have any kind of questions, I'm going to be up there at the track. Just come up to me, or you can email me, Facebook me, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. If you have a suggestion or something, just let me know. But we look forward to seeing everybody this Saturday for what is now a one-day money event at Martinville Raceway. Gates open at 3 o'clock. $12 to get in. Everything's the same as normal, except it's 100% payback on the race at the races. 200 guaranteed in the 4 biggest classes. So come on out. Like I said, grab your cart, grab any cart you can find. Just get them out there. Let's have some full fields, and let's go racing this Saturday at Martinville Raceway.